All right, thanks so much, Mike. A couple who lost their home in the Eaton Fire were having trouble with their insurance company until their son stepped in.
He used artificial intelligence to fight for more money, and he won. And as KCAL News reporter Kristine Lazar explains, he is now on a mission to share his experience with others.
It didn't cost him any money, and he says it only took a few hours. But with the help of AI, a data scientist who grew up in Altadena says he was able to secure an increase to his parents' insurance payout of more than $150,000. Just a note, we agreed not to share the name of the family's home insurance, says they are still waiting on the money and they fear retaliation. The first trauma was losing the family home in the Eaton Fire.
It was very emotional for them, because there's very little left.
The second trauma, Dennis Salguero says, was dealing with his elderly parents' home insurance company.
Some adjusters would only be assigned to our account for like 3 days. They'd tell us one day that they were our new adjuster, and then 3 days later they'd say, nope, I'm not your new adjuster.
Salguero says the final adjuster came back with a rebuild estimate well below the market average, leaving his parents, both retired teachers, underwater.
So the difference was well into the 6 figures. And that's where we thought, well, we have to do something about this because there's just no way we can rebuild for what they were offering.
So Salguero decided to use his background as a data scientist and utilize artificial intelligence to push back against the insurance company.
Well, the beauty of AI is that basically every document, every professional domain is open to you. So I may not be an insurance adjuster or a construction expert by trade, but I know that that information is out there.
Salguero used multiple free versions of AI to draft an appeal.
I had ChatGPT give me a basic document. Like, what are the arguments you would make here? What are the estimates you would make here? I took that document, I showed it to another engine. In that case, it was Grok by X. And that engine was able to say, good document, but I think on this line and this line and this line, I would change the values.
This is that letter.
So what you're seeing here is about 80% written by AI.
It includes multiple models with estimates to rebuild, complete with a line-by-line breakdown of costs. How did the insurance company react to those documents?
Silence. But that was also a good sign in my view.
Salguero assumed they were taking time to review it, and he was right. Within days, he says the insurer came back with a payout that was more than $150,000 greater than their original offer.
They essentially said that they agreed with the documentation I sent them.
When I asked Salguero how that felt, he was overcome with emotion.
Because it's for my parents. It wasn't for me. I mean, I just happen to be good at this stuff.
These are my parents up on the screen.
Now Salguero is sharing what he learned.
I want to use this as a teachable moment to help other homeowners that are in this situation.
With his thousands of followers on his Data Science with Dennis social media pages.
I hope it makes people feel empowered to do this, because I think it can be very intimidating to go up against an insurance company and fight for what you've been paying for, right? For what your coverage is. And it should also make people feel like they don't have to be an expert in all of these items. They just have to be able to accurately describe to AI what it is that they want to accomplish.
Salguero's parents have decided to sell their land, but he says the extra money AI helped them secure will go a long way as they decide where to settle. He also wants people to know that AI can help with any insurance issue, from health insurance to car insurance disputes.
I understand why algorithms are important and automation and all these other things, but there's real people behind those decisions. And it's disappointing to see companies forget that.
Salguero said AI can also be a useful tool as fire victims inventory their loss. He says you can input a photo of your living room or bedroom, and AI can generate a quote for what your belongings were worth. You can watch his videos on his social media for free, and we'll link to his channels on our website at kcalnews.com/SeenOnTV. Kristine Lazar, KCAL News.
And we are covering the issue of the insurance crisis all week long. Tomorrow night, we are hosting a town hall We'll take your questions directly to insurance leaders and homeowner advocates.
And during our phone bank last night, more than 500 viewers called in to ask questions and get answers. All of this information is available on kcalnews.com/insuranceHQ.